and welcome to this ET Now special. I'm Anisha Jain and with me is Deepika Padukone. Deepika, hi. Thank you so much for speaking with ET Now.
Thank you.
But I'm confused how to introduce you. You are an actor, a national level badminton player, a producer, a philanthropist, and an entrepreneur as well. What do you associate the most with?
Apart from the fact that I'm a daughter, sister, wife, etc., etc. Whatever. I mean, just call me a friend. It's fine.
Oh my God, I think you made my day calling you a friend. Thank you so much. I'm keeping this for life then. But let me start alphabetically for, sake of convenience. And let me start with actor itself. Very busy time for you. Pathaan is coming up in January itself. You have the remake of Intern happening. How was it working with Shah Rukh Khan again? Because you started your movie career with him back in 2007, Om Shanti Om.
It's always incredible working with him. It doesn't feel like having to reinvent the wheel. It feels like family. It feels familiar, and it's always great to work in that environment. Yeah, and it's always, we always talk about Om Shanti Om and how I was so young and naive at that point, and I think there's no one more proud of my journey than him and Farah.
Wow.
Because I think the kind of conviction they had in this absolute rank newcomer and outsider, and they never screen tested me, they never auditioned me, they just gave me the part. And I always say to them, I don't know what you guys saw in me. So yes, I think it's always lovely to collaborate, and yes, looking forward to Pathaan's release on the 25th of Jan.
Well, if promos and the dance scene is anything to go by, it is going to be an absolute blockbuster. Congratulations on that one.
Thank you.
But from, let's say, A, let's move to B, which is badminton. Do you still find time to play that?
Yes, in fact, we were in, now that we're back, I can say it, we were in Assam at this live air-based shooting for my next feature film called Fighter. And the mess over there had a badminton court. So Anil Kapoor and myself, we would all kind of play every evening. I didn't know that he was an avid badminton player, and he's very good at it, and his entire team is good at it. I didn't know he carries a kit wherever he goes. So the first day I went and I saw 4 badminton rackets, great quality. I saw I saw shuttlecocks, and I thought they were, they'd borrowed it from where we were playing. But apparently he travels with this entire kit wherever he goes, and he finds a moment he plays. So yes, I played as recently as like 2 weeks ago.
Wow. And do you play with your father? Have you managed to beat him ever?
If people know my father well enough, you'll know that he'll let you win and make you feel like you won.
Are you the one who likes to just earn the money, or you're as invested in seeing it grow as well?
No, of course I want my money to grow, and of course I want my money to be smart while I'm, sort of out there, continuing to work. But I've always been someone who has been hands-on. I mean, when I was 18, when I moved to Bombay, I moved alone with literally, when you read in fairy tales, I literally moved to a new city, the big bad city with my dreams and two suitcases and a dream. And so I literally started off from scratch, following up with every payment that was due to me, following up with the banks, writing checks, making payments, coordinating with my accountant. So that has been my journey. Of course, over a period of time, as the volume increased, my father got involved, and for the longest time my father would manage my investments. Having said that, he's always been someone who's believed in not keeping me isolated from it. In fact, he's always been one to empower me and my sister. So always educating us along the way, while also, so guiding us. And if we falter, of course, helping us make mistakes. But I think today it's really, really large, and it's even beyond my dad as well. So yes, I have an incredible team that manages my finances. And so I think it's a bit of wisdom combined with gut. And I think that's, in my opinion, the best recipe, where you have experts do what they do, and at the same time they run it past me, they run it past my father, and eventually it's about gut. That's at least that's been the sort of mantra for now, and it's worked.
Okay, so gut is what you go by, and that's been working so far. But tell me, what do you dabble in? Is it, let's say, stock market rules that you prefer, or is it startups which has been doing well? And also, have you dabbled into all the fads regarding cryptocurrency, NFTs, etc.?
No, it's a little more of the first two. I'm not such a fan of anything that feels sort of doesn't feel, what's the right word?
Real?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I'm a little traditional in that sense. So, and by traditional, I don't mean non-aggressive. I think there's a part of me that is very ambitious, that is very aggressive, but I think that's different from things that just feel a bit airy. So yes, but like I wouldn't want to share too much of where my money is.
Fair enough. We would love to get those details, but we'll stay with the fact that gut is what you prefer, and stock markets and startups is where your money is invested.
Yeah.
Focus to the alphabet P now. You're also a producer.
Yes.
Yeah, what's next? What's in the pipeline?
What's next? Let's see. I mean, right now I'm just focusing on the A, which is the actor. Of focusing on Pathan, doing a pan-India movie with Prabhas and Nagashwin, which also releases into 2023. And then there's Fighter with Siddharth Anand and Hrithik Roshan, which is also a 24 Jan release, if I'm not mistaken. So just focusing on the A and the B for now, B being brand.
I don't think you need to work too much on that. You are a global brand as it is. So, yes. But I'm looking forward to all the slew of movies which are lined up. Guessing it's a very busy time for you. But let me, talk about a bit of a rapid fire. Let's do a bit of snappy question and answers and see how it goes. First up, Mumbai or Bangalore?
It's a very difficult question. I mean, they're both home. They're both home in different ways. Bangalore is like the soul and the heart and that sort of home. Bombay is the city that kind of, my dreams came alive. So it's very difficult.
Can't choose.
Very difficult to choose. But I mean, if I really had to, I'll say Bangalore.
Yes. So, okay, Bangalore it is. Mumbai losing one, but okay, we'll live with that. What are you watching at the moment? Which OTT series?
A lot. I'm watching Khaki. I'm watching White Lotus. I'm watching a lot of stuff. That's my self-care sort of my me time. So definitely watching a lot. Finish The Crown. Like, I'm on top of everything. I used to be someone who didn't watch too much content. I didn't even watch too many movies, especially growing up, because as an athlete, you're so disciplined and structured with your life that I really didn't have time for much. But I've gotten into it now in the last couple of years, and now I've become competitive about it. When people talk about a show,
and you haven't watched it,
it's like I have to go back and watch it so that I can talk about it, and I know what people are talking about.
So, fair enough. So, a lot that you're watching as far as OTT goes. Who takes more time to get ready, you or Ranveer?
I'd say we take about the same time.
Playing it safe there. Okay,
no, it's true. Because he takes longer than, I'd say he takes longer than an average man would, because he's really passionate about fashion. And I'm someone who doesn't like spending, like I have to get ready and it takes time, but I don't take like 3 hours and 4 hours to get ready. So I think net we kind of take the same amount of time. But this is assuming it's like red carpet and stuff.
Yeah.
Otherwise, of course, I'll take slightly longer than him.
But okay, net I get the sense that it's going to be similar. But what's your pet peeve?
Oh my God.
There are lots.
Dishonesty.
That's a good one to have. I think most of us will have that. But how often do you check your Instagram?
I think there are moments where I don't see it at all. If I'm on set, if I'm filming, if I'm in character, if I'm in the middle of a difficult scene, then sometimes I realize at the end of the day that I'd not even checked it, and then there are days when, of course, there's a lot of posting to do, or you're following up on something, and then sometimes so you end up being on it a little more than you normally would.
Whom do you fight most with? I hope it's not Anisha, my namesake, your sister.
Who do I fight with the most?
Is it your co-founder that you are trying to talk about?
Yes, I think a little bit of my co-founder, a little bit of, I wouldn't say fight. I think it's healthy discussion, arguments, all in the interest of bettering this incredible journey that we're on.
Sure.
Who else? my team, like basically my team, like my team at work. I'm just constantly, but I feel like it's all in a healthy way. It's always about, because I think when you're brewing with ideas and you're, when there's that much passion, you just want like everyone on this journey with you. So, but yes, I'm not a fighter. I don't fight. Um,
Let's call it
I
arguing, healthy arguing.
debate, conversation, yes. But I'm not someone, I mean, if, like for people who know me,
But
I don't
never
get...
growing up as well, the sibling rivalry that people talk about, no fights between you and
I can't
Anisha?
say Anisha because you said, I hope it's not Anisha, but Anisha and me fight the most. At least we used to, not so much now. I think now we have this incredible, we're on the same wavelength and we have this incredible relationship, but Anisha and I used to fight, like have physical fights, like with full head, hand, leg, everything. Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. I would want to know more about it, but let me shift focus and talk about the next question. Your favorite quality about Ranveer?
Oh my God, one.
Yes.
It's very difficult to say one. I think one is his, the way he is with people and his ability to remember people's names, even if he's met them just once. Like I remember people from energy. And I'm like, I've met you somewhere before, but I find it very difficult to remember names. He's fantastic with names. He's so great with engaging with people. His ability to listen, he's a great listener. He's extremely patient with me.
Can you tell us his secret of the energy he has? What does he have?
He hates talking about it because he's like, why do I get typecast as this Energizer bunny?
But that's cute. We are all in awe of it. I wish I had that energy level.
Yeah, I think it's just, and I don't know, enthusiasm, energy, excitement. He's a people person. He loves people. He feels like it's his responsibility to entertain people, to engage with people, which I'm sure can also get stressful for him at times, because sometimes you don't physically, emotionally, mentally, sometimes you're not always in the best place. But he still takes that pressure on himself. Nobody's expecting this from him. Or actually now I think it's gotten to a place where there is that expectation from him. And I'm always concerned about him making sure that he's okay. But he's always about, no, I need to make sure people are okay. So, yeah, I think it just comes from just loving people.
Well, that's really kind of him because we all look up to him. So appreciate him taking the effort. But okay, let me move on and ask you, regional cinema, Hollywood or Bollywood?
Cinema.
Yeah. As in, South Indian movies have been doing quite well.
Just cinema in general. I mean, I wouldn't differentiate it with regional cinema or Indian cinema or, or global cinema. I think cinema in general is such a powerful tool. It's such a powerful medium. It has the ability to impact lives. It has the ability to bring about change. And I think just powerful, intelligent cinema is exciting. And sometimes even just entertaining cinema, like an escape, which... yeah.
All of us need.
Yes.
Trust me. Okay, so your website says, today my life is driven by purpose. What is that purpose?
My life changed in 2014 when I went through depression. And I remember just from being in that place where, life feels meaningless and purposeless. When you recover from that, you realize, what am I here for? What am I here to do? What do I want to do with my body of work, with the fame, with the success? And I think it's about utilizing it intelligently, smartly, in a way that can impact and influence people's lives. So I think to just wake up every morning with purpose and to do something with meaning, and not just because you have to do it, but because you want to do it and because you want to shift the needle.
So what is that one advice that you would want to give people who are suffering from depression at the moment?
One, that you are not alone. Though it might feel like that, because mental illness is a thing where you feel you're suffering in silence, so you end up almost feeling like you're alone. But to know that you're not alone, and that there is hope. And I think I'm one of the classic examples of that. But of course, I've also been very lucky and fortunate in that sense that I also had the right support system at the right time, etc. And that it's also preventable. And I think that's also one of the things the foundation does to, to kind of create awareness, destigmatize mental illness, and also work towards preventing mental illness.
Okay, that's great. But let me talk to you about what is the number one priority for Deepika Padukone at the moment.
It's always self-care.
What is your self-care routine? Because for some people it's that chai ki chutki, for some people it is just meditating. For you, is it that one chutki patchouli oil?
I think it's a little bit of a lot of things, but I think the key here is consistency. I think when it comes to self-care, anything that feels like care to you, I think should also come with consistency. Which I think in today's fast-paced world, it seems to be diminishing almost. But I think whether it's that quiet moment to yourself in the morning, or whether it's, the process of brewing tea, or whether it's your skincare routine, or whether it's staying hydrated, or whether it's eating healthy. I know people who kind of just do it for a couple of days and feel like, really good about themselves, which is also great. But I think in order for it to, for you to see lasting results, it has to become a part of your lifestyle.